Okay, so let's see now how you can use the Plotly. So the Plotly we have already imported here as the PX, that's the Plotly Express. So I write here Plotly, the command here. So there you write figure is equal to px dot scatter plot. So I'm going to use a scatter plot between horsepower and origin. And in fact, I'll be using a scatter plot between MPG and horsepower. Thereafter, I'll be providing color based on the origin. Okay, I'll be showing these things. Don't worry about that. So px dot scatter, and then as you know that this takes data frame as the input. That's the data frame. Thereafter, you will be providing here x-axis, y-axis, and color values. So all these things you need to provide to plot it properly. So I provide here x is equal to mpg, that's the x-axis value, and for y-axis value I provide here horsepower, that's the y-axis value. Now if you check your Plotly plot, what is wrong here? Okay, so that's going to be the y value. And if you check your Plotly plot after giving st dot Plotly chart, and then inside that you need to provide this figure. So you see your Plotly chart here. Now you can decorate this Plotly chart. You can change the color of these using origin. So I'm just gonna provide here color variable, so color parameter, and this will be changed based on the value in origin. Okay, now you see there, so these based on the origin, these values are changed here. So whenever I'm hovering here, all these values are represented here. Now you see there a different color where origin is 3 and other colors there is origin 2, and these colors have origin equal to 1. Alright, so that's how you can use the Plotly. So this is not just limited to the scatter plot. I'm saying you can use any kind of Plotly image. So if you want to learn in detail how this Plotly works, you can visit this lecture here. So I have shown here in very detail that how you can use the Plotly chart and these graphs there. Okay, let's go ahead and see how you can use the map there. So this is very important library to use this map. Let me just show you here in the sample example. So in sample example, we have a map here. Let's say if you have any kind of the data which is related with the latitude and the longitude. For example, let's say if you have a temperature distribution for a country and you want to show this temperature distribution as the dot and temperature variation as the size of these dots, then in that case these map kind of the data plots are really very helpful. You can write here temp is equal to, that's the temperature actually, read underscore CSV. So here I have a temperature sample data, weather data CSV. You can get it here in repository. Inside the data folder, you will be having that weather.csv file. So I'm just going to read this weather.csv file. So in weather.csv file, you have a latitude, longitude, and then there is the temperature. So I'm going to show these temperature value on these latitude, and based on these temperature values, these the size will be changed there. All right, so the plot size will be changed here, like you saw in sample file. Okay, perfect. So these dots, whatever you are seeing there, those will be changed there. So you write here st dot write, and then you say that the temperature dot head. So the first 5 rows will be printed here for your reference. Seems like something is missing. Okay, so that the data file is missing here. So the data weather underscore data dot csv. So this weather file is there. Let's go ahead and use the map here. So st.map. This is native map chart from the Streamlit. Here you provide the temperature, which is a temp, and then you provide latitude. So latitude column is lat there, and thereafter you provide the longitude. So longitude column name is lon there, LON, and thereafter you say that change the size of these dots based on the temperature column. So as these value will be changed, so these temperature value will vary here. All right. So this overall temperature may not be exactly correct because I had scrapped this data from online source. So that data may not be correct exactly because somewhere it is showing here minus 185 degree. Probably it may not be correct, but overall idea is that if you have these kind of the data, then how you can show these data into a map. So this is the way to show these data into the map here. Let's go ahead and see how you can plot a Altair chart. So here is Altair chart. So this Altair chart is again a kind of, other chart which we have already seen previously, but only the difference is that this is a different library and there are other kind of charts which you can use in the Altair chart. So you can visit their site here, Altair Python charts. So these are the example repository. So you can use these kind of the charts. So overall, basically you can find these kind of charts with the native Seaborn and Matplotlib and then the Plotly itself. I'm just showing you how you can use these Altair here as well. In case if it is getting used or if you want to use these Altair charts. So I'm going to use all the columns which is available with my data frame. In fact, not all the column, but few columns. So I write here alt chart, that's the Altair chart. So alt chart is equal to ALT. If you see here previously that I have imported this Altair as ALT. So there we have Altair. So I say that ALT and then I say here chart. And thereafter I make here data frame and then I make here mark circle and thereafter I write here encode. All right. So inside this encode, now you see this mark circle. So it's going to create here these circles. Inside this encode, you can provide there the color variation. So based on which column the color will get changed. Thereafter, you can also provide other things like what are, other columns like how the x-axis and y-axis, all these things will be defined here. So I'm just going to provide here x-axis. So on x-axis, I'm going to use mpg variable, and then on y-axis, I'm going to use the horsepower like I had used for previous scatter plot. And for color, I'm going to use here origin. Now if you write here interactive and thereafter you can simply write here st.write and then you plot your Altair chart. So that thing you can see it here in our current the chart which is running at 8502. So now you can clearly see that your Altair chart, no, I'm sorry, Altair chart is not shown. Probably this one is the Plotly one. No, not the Plotly one. Let me just print it here, then it would be clear to us. Subheader. Okay, yep. So this one is Altair chart. Actually, I got confused with our previous charts. So yeah, this one is the Altair chart. So now you can see that this Altair chart is printed here. Alright, if you want to try more chart variations, so you can visit this library here and then, you can just, take any examples and then you can use in your in your dashboard. Alright, so this is all about in this lesson. Thanks a lot for watching this. I'll see you in next one.